Alright, today I have a special treat for you guys. We're doing a app review. The app is Caddie for Android. And over the last few years, iOS users have used Caddie over the other wind calculator app. And I know primarily Android users have used the other wind calculator just because Caddie wasn't available. The other Caddie app that was available, the numbers were wrong, so we were all basically required to use one app. Everybody knows which one it is, so I'm not going to call it out by name. So this video is sponsored by Caddie for Android. We're just going to hop right into it, go over all the features. As you see, I have a bag pulled up. I have my Nelio account bag loaded. As you see in the top left hand corner, if you tap the name, it brings up all of the bags that you load in. I have two accounts, so I have one for my main, one for my alt. And then just moving left to right, you can select the power level of your ball, power 0 to power 5. The W is for wind, so you can enter in your wind, obviously. The one nice thing, it's the big update for Caddie, the reason for this review. I know myself personally, I've struggled in the past putting the slider on the correct number when trying to figure out a slider adjustment. If you go ahead and tap that W up in the top right hand corner, changes the numbers to yellow. What that does, it allows you to input the slider percentage. So say you're measuring out your inbringer and you're at 68% slider, type in 68, and as you see on the right hand side, the mid percentage is now 68%. Go ahead, tap that percent sign again, type in a random wind. I did 8.5 mile an hour. I'll go ahead, click on the inbringer, and it tells me that adjustment, 68% slider, exactly what that is. So makes that relatively easy versus trying to use the slider bar hoping that you land on the right percentage that you're looking for. It does kind of click into place, so it is, if you are used to the slider bar or you prefer the slider bar, you can still use that. The one other added feature available, I did not enable it on mine, but you can increase the slider. I believe it's up to, it's either 125% or 150%. That way, if you end up being over like a max inbringer, you can try to measure out that extra little bit versus just changing your elevation. So, but continuing on, you have the +5, +10, -5, -10. That is for your elevation. So you just tap that, to get the correct elevation that you need. The CW button on the bottom right, tap that, it clears the wind. On the left hand side, the CS/A button, that will clear your slider. So tap that, slider goes back to 50%. I'm going to readjust that one more time. If you press and hold, that is a clear all button. So it not only clears your wind, your slider, but also your elevation. That way, if you go from a 20% drive to or a plus 20% drive to a -5% approach, you're not hitting the number multiple times. You just press and hold that button, and then you adjust for your elevation. And moving down onto the clubs, there's 9 selections. These are completely customizable. Obviously, from the main screen of the app, you go through, you put the level of your clubs in. When you open the app up, obviously you have to give it permission for overlay on your device, whether you play on a phone or a tablet. I have it on both my phone and tablet. It works great on both. But all you do, press and hold the club. It brings up the list there. So, say you need to figure out numbers for a quarterback. There you go. Back to the puck, so don't forget. The one nice feature, as you see, I have 2 drivers, 2 wood clubs, long iron, short iron, wedge, rough iron, sand iron. I'm going to switch to the main bag for Futz. As you see from my main account, I only have 1 driver, but 2 wood clubs, 2 long irons. If you double tap real quick the club, you can switch the selection. So you can rearrange your clubs however you want. If you want to, load up multiple bags and have nothing but drivers, nothing but woods, obviously you can do whatever level you want to do or however you want to do it. Does make that feature pretty nice as well. And like you see, it's just a matter of tapping the screen to switch bags, type in everything, tap the club, you see it highlights it, so you get that little light blue around the club that's selected, so you know you're adjusting for the correct club. To make the big box there go away, just tap the app. If you don't like it completely open like that, you can swipe it and then it'll put just your ring adjustment values. Or if you want, you can swipe it again and it minimizes the app down, and just tap it one more time and it completely opens it all back up. So that is kind of the quick tutorial on how that works. I know I have my screen zoomed in. I did it that way so you guys could see everything that I was doing relatively easily as far as the calculator works. So bear with me momentarily. I will play one hole just to show everything live in action. I have the correct bag selected real quick. Alright, so clear all. Play a quick hole here. So again, this video is sponsored by Caddie for Android. It is available in the Play Store. Like I said, I am testing it out with a handful of other guys that I know pretty well that also play on Android. Some play on Android and on iOS. As you've seen there, I hit +10 twice, so I have 20% elevation. Typed in my wind real fast. 10.8, I already had my driver select the Thor's hammer. At the screen, it tells me my max adjustment is 11.6 rings. Bear with me, I'm not really playing this entirely, just doing it for informational purposes. Like I said, tap the app again, it opens the window, press and hold, clear all. Elevation's back at 0, wind is at 0, sliders at 0 on the fairway, so obviously next one, just tap the sniper. No idea what the elevation is, so just set it at +10. Wait for my opponent to take their shot here. Alright, so have everything set up. Plug in my wind real quick with Again, tap the W top right hand screen there. 2% elevation. Or 20% slider, sorry. And just tap that percent again to switch it back to the wind. Press and hold CSA to clear everything out. And that is the basics, the fundamentals on how it works. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, I don't care to finish the hole or anything. So, but like I said, very simple to use, very simple to set up. Let me tap that, swipe that. And this is the main screen when you first open Caddie. Bear with me for a sec. Believe it or not, I play with my tablet upside down. So when I open certain apps, it opens it right side up, and I gotta flip it over. But the big gray bar there at the top, that is your bag selector. Just to the right of that, the two dots. Touch that, you can add a bag, rename a bag, duplicate a bag. So if you have multiple accounts that the clubs are almost identical, pretty easy to set up multiple bags that way. How I set everything up makes it real simple. You have that max all button. If you tap on that, it will put the club levels all at max, and then you can just minus down to the true level of what your epic clubs are, assuming you have your commons and rares maxed out. If not, you can just hit the plus button to get your clubs up to whatever level they are at. And like I said, after you have all that done, click on save. It'll tell you at the bottom it's updated the clubs. Click on open. If you have not enabled the overlay permission, when you click open, it'll take you to that screen so you can enable the overlay. When you click over on the settings, there are some other items that mess around with. But you have advanced grids, ring overlay, opacity, input overlay. Mid slider goes up to 150%, so you can tap that little button and it'll switch that on. You can do the rings for decimal places, show slider rings, show club powerball. These are all for when you're in the main app open. As you see, when I reopened it, it put it down at the bottom, so if you just press and hold, it turned red. That's the unlocked mode. So when it's red is when it's unlocked, and you can move it around in the screen, so whether you like it right side, left side, towards the top, towards the bottom, in the middle, and then same thing. Just press and hold, it locks it back in place. Swipe up, tap. There you go. So those are some information I would definitely suggest just when you're on that final screen, to make sure that you are adjusting for the right club, for the right powerball. You have your elevation set to how you want it to be. If you guys would, and go ahead, hop in the Play Store, download the app. I believe the app is $7.99. But plug everything in, test it out, and see how you like it versus the other win calculator that is out there and available that we've all grown accustomed to over the past 4 years or so. And after you try it out, definitely hit me up, let me know. My Facebook is in the stream description. It is also listed on the YouTube channel profile. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this video is informational, and I hope you have a fantastic day.